I mean, you never know what fight you're going to get, especially right now in the lightweight division. You don't know what's going on. But when they offered me the fight, for me, it was more just getting back in there, getting my rhythm. I didn't feel comfortable with the Ross Pearson win. I'm happy with it. I did my job, on short notice, taking that fight and putting together a game plan to get out of there with a W. I'm happy with that, but the performance I didn't feel good with. I never felt like my mind and my body was on the same page. So for me, going back to the gym after that fight, I talked to my coaches. I told them, listen, I know we want to get to the title, but let me catch my rhythm, get back to a normal training environment, get back to a normal training schedule. So when they offered me Alex Oliveira, I was like, yeah, let's do it. Let's have a real training camp. Let's have our real UFC debut, this fight, So that was why I took this fight,
Is that attributable at all to like UFC jitters or things like that?
No, I don't think so. I think it was more me trying to control the excitement. I'm a very excitable guy. I think everybody recognizes that. I'm an emotional guy. I wear my emotions on my sleeve, and it was such a positive environment. Everybody's passion, everybody who worked with me behind the scenes, just being welcomed like like they were waiting for me. It was hard to take that in. It was a lot. But as far as jitters go, I never had any jitters as far as the fight went. It was just, how do I control this excitement and not act too much like a fan? But remember, I'm a fighter, So that was one thing I had to battle with,
Alex had spent some time in Florida, right? Had you guys ever worked out together?
No, we've crossed paths, but I never got a chance to work with him. I think a lot of times when he was coming in, I was on my way out, headed to a fight, or I was on the back end of a training camp, So we never crossed paths. I saw him around, We said what's up to each other, whatever, But I never got a chance to see him train or train with him,
What do you think about his game? I think a lot of people are looking at this. Even though you guys are both well-rounded, I think a lot of people are looking at this. If you're winning, it's because your grappling's winning. If he's winning, it's because he's staying away and using his striking. Do you think it boils down to that kind of fight?
I don't think so. I think if people go back and they look at my fights, you've only seen my striking get better every single fight. And part of the reason why I took the Ross Pearson fight was to work on the striking and put it out there that I'm getting better. It may not be the prettiest thing you've ever seen in the world, but it's getting better. I can always go back to my grappling, But I think I'm going to surprise a lot of people. I think my MMA game is becoming more and more well-rounded, and I think people have recognized that throughout my fights. Of course, the whole moniker of being a grappler, wrestler is always going to stick with you. It's just how it goes in this sport, But I think I could beat them everywhere in mixed martial arts. So that's what I'm going to go out there and do, Just go out there and be Will Brooks and come out with a dominating victory, man. And I've gotten pretty good at this winning thing, So I'm going to keep that going.
It's funny because we usually hear guys say, I'm focused only on the task at hand,
Yeah.
But you were already looking ahead a little bit, right?
Yeah, man. I feel like right now in this sport, there's a lot of openings. You can't be waiting around hoping that something is handed to you, So you need to get out there and make your statement known, make your mission known to people. Let them know that where you're trying to go, not just standing around like, I don't know, Khabib and Ferguson and all these guys at the top. They're kind of standing around waiting for somebody to point them in a direction instead of telling somebody, listen, this is where I'm going, this is what I should deserve, and this is what I want. That's why guys like Conor can step in and take over that fight,
Sorry, brother. So,
Oh, all right, bro. Sorry, man. I see you back home. Sorry, my boy's leaving, yeah. So, but yeah, man. How rude is that, man? Can't take this guy nowhere. But yeah, man, it's a wide open window right now in the lightweight division. So why not get out there and just make your noise and try to make sure everything's set up ahead of time, So whatever.
So you got an alternate plan now that Michael got matched up with him?
I know, right? I'm starting to rethink it. Now I'm thinking like, man, maybe I just try to get the winner of that fight because, who knows what happened. They might win that fight and still not get a title fight. So I'm like, heck, might as well get the winner of that one. So, I would prefer, if I do look for the winner of that fight, I would prefer if it's Michael Johnson that comes out. I'll be rooting for him, if I'm looking for the winner. But, I don't know now, man. It kind of threw a little bit of a monkey wrench in my plans, as far as them matching them up like that. But, it is what it is, man. Just adapt and change your game plan a little bit.
One more question, guys.
how do you get a title fight in the UFC? Do you just talk loud and win, or what's the?
I think honestly I wish I knew. I think it's more kind of in the direction that the sport is going in now. Is you have to be able to promote yourself, not just rely on a promotion to promote you. And I think a lot of these guys they haven't figured that out. Not just being able to compete in the cage, but also compete outside the cage. And this is a dog eat dog sport right now, and Conor's eating it all up because he's outworking everybody in every aspect. So hell, man, I'm not about to sit around and wait until I'm thrown in the mix of looking like Ferguson or Khabib or Cerrone, who doesn't know if he's a lightweight or a welterweight. All this, it's all mixed up. I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to lay out a plain view of who I am as a fighter and let people know where I'm going. So I think you got to take every opportunity you can to get whatever you can. So if it's going to get me a title fight, it's going to get me a title fight. It's going to get me Madison Square Garden the next time they go or something, I'll do it, whatever. It doesn't matter to me. But these guys are missing out on great opportunities because they want to stand around and be like, oh, I'll take whatever you guys give me. No, bro. Like, I'm trying to get mine, bro. I get what I deserve, so I'm not waiting around, you know?
Thanks, guys.
Right on. Thank you, guys.